Hello everyone and welcome back. Now, despite how it may seem, I'm not actually driving right now. This is actually stock footage recorded by me last week. It was about quarter to 12 at night. This was. I finished work, I went home and then I said, you know what, Joe? Let's go for a late night drive. So I did. And thus the video footage was made. This, in case you're wondering if you don't know, is Eastbourne. I don't know the exact name of the road right now because, I'm not driving it and I'm not looking at the map because I'm talking on here. But that is not why I'm actually making this video. I wanted to do a tour because I haven't really done many of these lately, admittedly. And you're supposed to do, well, what you don't know is that if you're a vlogger like me, you have to do videos occasionally where you talk in the car. I'm not really big on just parking up and just randomly talking to a camera. I don't know if it's just you, but I don't, or just me I should say, but I don't like to do that. So I thought, why don't I make some stock footage of me driving, which actually went successfully. Other attempts to make the footage have not gone quite so well, admittedly. But it is what it is. Anyway, with that done, I want to get onto the subject of the video. Do you remember my last video? Well, the one before last, not the reading video, but the last non-reading video. I think I called it POV, when the dopamine kicks in or something. And I talked about how after my first week of my new job, I was feeling pretty good about everything. Well, that feeling lasted for about 3 days. Because one night, about after my third day, I went to bed and I woke up and I dreamt about my last girlfriend, actually. No, I'm kidding you not, I did. Not that kind of dream, though. So get that thought out of your mind right now. I can't remember exactly when, but I remember we were sitting there together and I just leant over on my head on their shoulder like this. You know, like sometimes couples do. You just, well, imagine this is their shoulder and I was like, And I remember my ex put her arm around me, which was nice. And then I woke up and I remembered that my ex never done that. She was one of those toxic masculinity types, you know. I remember one time I was sad about something and I got told to stop being weak and be strong. You know, that sort of thing. So it made me quite depressed. And being 3 in the morning, I ended up with other thoughts and it took me a while to get to sleep. Because it just made me think about the entire relationship, which I spent a lot of time, if I'm honest, really trying not to think about it, you know. Because, as I said before, I was used in this relationship, if I'm honest. I was used. I'm not going to go into details and I'm not going to name them and shame or anything because it's not who I am. And it's been a while since we've seen each other, so they may have become a better person. Or not. Either way, I'm convinced that eventually karma will get them, if that's how it is. So I've always been on the opinion that you shouldn't really mess with people's hearts because you don't realise the long-term damage it does to people. And I've not really, I think I've mentioned this once or twice, but it's never really occurred to me as such, the long-term effects of this relationship had on me and the long-term effects you have of being used as a person. Because it takes away all of your self-worth. I mean all of it. Because I struggle to see myself in a good light now. Every time I think about relationships, or maybe I should get into one, I think to myself, but why? Why would anyone want to be with me? And I know this is a stupid thought, and I do have one commenter who I do talk to occasionally, who has told me the exact opposite of what I tell myself. And they're probably getting quite annoyed now because I still struggle to believe I could be lovable. And I am incredibly sorry if you are listening to this, but I still struggle. I thank you for the words, kind words that you said. And I know they're true deep down, but it's hard sometimes just to really truly believe it within myself, you know? it just takes away all your self-worth, and you start to notice things. It's like with my last shot, I noticed that I didn't notice at the time that, but thinking about it, it was all getting into his relationship was all very easy, you know. It was like too easy, you know. They instantly liked me. We instantly had common interests, which, thinking about it, disappeared soon after. Everything was just where it just fell into place very quickly. Like a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle with massive pieces, all came together very quickly. Too quickly. And now I worry that I'm going to be suspicious towards anyone that will like me in that way, you know? I worry that if I do meet someone, I'm likely to think, well, this person likes me, so that's suspicious. And I know that's a meme that you sometimes see online, and we all have a good joke about it, but it's a serious problem, you know? It is for me anyway. And I'm still struggling to get my confidence back. And part of me wonders if I ever truly will. Because I've always sought the short-term goals, if you know what I mean. The short-term kicks or rushes, if you will. Like that other video when I said when the dopamine kicks, you know, I'm always looking for, good lord, how pale is his arm? Oh well. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted, I always do. But anyway, so where was I? Oh yes. Yes, inner confidence, and how will I ever get it back? I don't know, truth be told. I thought that getting a job getting a job has made me incredibly happy. Well, not the working part, but the getting money part, and, you know, getting back out there and knowing that my fears about screwing up even the most simple of jobs was, at the end of the day, a stupid freaking fear. Stupid. Because that's what held me back for a good while. You know, I would just think, Jim, you're just going to screw it up. So why bother? It was partially like I'd given up, and in a way I had really. It's quite pathetic in a way. But I'm in it now. I'm in the job market now, so, and you know what? It's been 3 weeks now, and I have yet to screw it up, so that's nice. Anyway, as I was saying, I thought that job would make everything better, because I think, you know, I'm working now. I got less free time to waste. I've now earning money, so I can plan trips and other things that make me happy. But it's just one step of many which still need to be taken by me. It's kind of like how I thought that exercise and getting fit would make me happier, and in a way it has, but in another way it hasn't really made any real difference to me. Although I will admit I am handling my mental health a lot better nowadays. I'm not too sure if that is down to the exercise or the vlog which you are currently watching. I really don't know. But I am getting better. I know this, okay, because I'm thinking about it right now. And, well, man, yes, I am. I'm getting better, and I'm glad about that. And I know things are getting better, but I still understand that I have so much further to go still. I've only really just scratched the surface of fixing myself. I've still got such a long way, and I'm not sure what I can do, you know? I mean, how does one fix? I mean, it's really a broken heart that bugs me, because it's still broken in a way, because it's like, it needs to be put back together before I can really get out there again. I mean, do I have love for my ex? No. If I'm honest, I fell out of love with her during the relationship. If I'm honest, we never actually broke up. We just stopped talking to each other one day. One day I just got tired of messages berating me or asking me for money and stuff, and one day I just stopped replying, and they never really did. They never got back to me. And oh, good lord. Sorry, I should explain, I'm currently watching the England-Croatia game at the moment. and Croatia have just scored. So that should give you an idea of the time. Anyway, sorry, before I know I'm saying, I do distract myself. But as I was saying, we never officially broke up. We just kind of stopped talking to each other. And they reached out to me about 14, 15 months after this and asked me for money. No hello, no how are you, no I love you, I miss you, I wish we should start talking again. Just, I need money, I need help. And that really made me mad. Because all I think was, would it hurt to say I love you again? Especially if you're asking for something. Because that's what I'd do, I think. I think if I was going to manipulate someone and for whatever, I think I would tell them I love them. Even if I was just reaching out to them, I would say, hello, I've really missed you. But no, they didn't. And I did bring this up and they just kept saying, I need help, I need help. And eventually they said to me, please help me, I'm really depressed and I want to kill myself. And I should have been sympathetic to that, but I wasn't. And I got incredibly angry because I remembered when I opened up to this partner of mine about my depression, and I was called weak. I was told I was a man. I need to be strong. I can't afford to be weak. I got absolutely nothing from it. I was given no support when I opened up, and yet somehow I'm expected to give the support when they open up to me. And eventually I said to him, I'm not going to send you anything. I'm not going to help you. I'll die before I help you. I didn't really open up about things because I don't see the point. Because it's just humiliating, People always say you should open up, if someone upsets you or someone really hurts you, you should confront them and tell them how they made you feel. And I really don't see the point in that. It just feels humiliating. I mean, have you ever told someone that they've hurt you and they've made you feel inadequate and they're just indifferent to it because, they never really cared? People say it's a liberating experience, but I just find it humiliating because I've done this once before when I really opened up to someone about how they made me feel, and it was the most humiliating experience of my life. And I really don't get it, I really don't. But anyway, I made clear my feelings to this relationship at the time, and I said I would die before I help them again, and they said, well, okay, bye. That was it. No attempts to convince me otherwise. No, I'm sorry you feel like that. Just bye. Actually, no, they didn't say bye. They just said, thanks for letting me know how you feel. And they unfriended me. I then blocked them. So that wasn't even a goodbye. But thinking about it, they were always like that. The entire time, my feelings were always dismissed. Always. They were one of those partners who would give you the silent treatment and would say things like, well, if you're unhappy, let's break up. I mean, at the time, I accepted it. But now I realise those are abusive, manipulative tactics. I mean, to simply dismiss someone's unhappiness with saying we should break up is basically a way of saying that your grievances don't matter. You don't matter. And you end up just going through it. And it is my fault for ignoring the red flags, but at the same time, it's human to ignore the red flags, It is a very human thing. People have been doing it since the dawn of time, and much I hate to say this, people will be doing this long, long afterwards. Long after I die as well, people will be making the same mistakes. They'll still be seeing the red flags, and they'll be saying, you know what? I'll take a chance. But to summarise, or if you just stuck around to this video and you haven't paid attention, I'll give you a quick briefing. I had a dream about an ex. I got depressed when I remembered how much they didn't actually care for me. I ignored a ton of red flags in a relationship, and in the end, I just left them. That's the short, really. That's the short version of it, really. Still makes me sad now thinking about it. And if I'm honest, I had this dream a while ago, and while I am admittedly over the feelings, it's mostly because I've not actually spoken out loud about them. And I find it really hard to do these videos sometimes. You know? Because as much as I have vented on these videos, lately I've been feeling better, so I've always wanted to avoid the negativity, the things that may or may not bring me down, you know? And England are now winning 2-1, by the way. So, good times. It's coming home, is it not? Yes. Sorry, yes. But as I was saying, I'm going to finish this up now because it's getting quite long, this video. And it wasn't my intention. But as I was going to say is, it's normal to ignore red flags. You shouldn't do it. But chances are, if you haven't, you will. And if you're not, and if you've learned to ignore, if you've learned to deal with red flags now, chances are you didn't in the past and you got burnt for it, like I did. So, yeah. If you have any comments, if you have any tips that would actually help, that may help me with my confidence in the future, because it's not so much about love, you know. I mean, I do say I want love and romance and the stuff that comes with it, but I know that would be another short-term fix to what is my problems. So if you have any advice or any tips that you find help with your self-worth, let me know in the comments. You know, I'd love to share tips. I really would. I really, really would. I'd love to share some tips. Anyway, I'm going to get it going now because this is it. There's not much else one can say about it without repeating myself too much. And it's quite a long video now, so I'm going to say I'm going to finish off now. Just going to say now, if you're low, please feel free to reach out to me, okay? I will reply to your message. I won't be straight away. I'll do it when I can. And sometimes it'll be when I think of something to actually say rather than just, okay, because admittedly I'm not the best conversationalist. So if I do take a while to respond to something, please don't take it personally. It's just that I'm terrible at this. And I want to make sure I say the right thing, because there was someone at the beginning of my video who reached out to me and I said the wrong thing to him. I haven't heard from them since. I hope they're okay. I really do. So, please, people, take care of yourselves, okay? And if you have stuck with me throughout this journey so far, thank you very much. I do seriously appreciate it. I mean, I'm currently on 113 subscribers as of recording this video, so good times. Right, this is it now. Goodbye, everyone. Please take care of yourselves, okay? And remember, if you are feeling low, feel free to reach out to me. Bye.